biggest challenges a business owner can have or a business can have is actually converting a lead into a customer or getting them to respond. I'm going to show you how you can get leads to respond by adding one extra step in a lead magnet. After I implemented what I'm about to share, leads actually started responding and following up with me versus me having to follow up with them. So imagine having a process where you're getting leads and then they actually send you an email or they join a community because they found your lead magnet was actually valuable. Now, this isn't to say don't follow up with your leads. You should absolutely follow up with your leads, but anytime you can automate the process effectively and efficiently, I would do it. So by the end of this video, you should be able to implement this exact process to start helping you to get leads to take that next step from booking a call, just responding or starting a conversation. So stick around to the very end. I'm going to share a link that's going to give you the step-by-step process to actually implement this. By now, you've probably tried a bunch of different strategies and it's either not working or you want it to work better. For me, I just wanted to have a consistent stream of quality leads who are actually interested in what I had to offer. So when I was building my second business, Revolutionize Scale, I wanted to help other people use a tried and tested strategy that actually works. So in 2020, I set out to build this strategy myself. One of the biggest issues businesses face from getting leads is actually getting them to respond. In business, we not only need to get leads to respond, but we need to add resistance to make sure they're qualified when we do it. When I was in the Army, when we were lifting weights, we would start with a goal weight when we would lift. Say that goal weight was 200 pounds, we're trying to bench press. What we would do is after each rep, we would drop down in weights, decreasing the weight. Even though we would decrease the weight, it would actually increase the resistance ever so lightly and become a little bit more difficult to reach our goal. We're doing the same exact thing with the leads. We offer them a way to help them reach their goal through a lead magnet. Now, where the magic happens is where we are slowly increasing the resistance by also offering them something else right after that first lead magnet. Every time they take action, we offer something of value to them and increase a little bit of resistance. So here's what that looks like. After they go into lead magnet one, say it's a PDF or something, they're offered a second lead magnet. This gets them to virtually raise their hand and say, yep, I want that too. The first time I implemented this, I had 40% of my leads that actually took steps to either reach out to me and respond via email or join my Facebook group. When you have this set up for what you want, it's a game changer. What this does is it separates the triers from the buyers. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to do this. So make sure you stick around until the very end, and I'm gonna give you this entire process step by step so you don't have to take notes. So the next principle is what I like to call, would they like fries with that? You wanna choose something that's going to help amplify the result. The very first thing we need to do is create something that goes with your initial lead magnet. Hence why I said, would you like fries with that? Now, when we go get a burger, whether it's from McDonald's or Burger King's, they always have a meal that has French fries or something like that. What we're doing is people are going there because they're hungry, and then you're giving them something that'll help them amplify the result. They're there because they're hungry, also give them fries, make them more full. They're a happy customer. The very first thing we need to do is create something that goes along with your initial lead magnet. Think of this as something that goes along with the cheeseburger. If you haven't done that yet, I'm gonna link you to my previous video that walks you through it. After this video, make sure you go through it. The purpose of this is to increase that resistance, which ultimately starts to qualify them. One way of doing this is creating something that is going to help them amplify the result of the lead magnet. Hence the burger analogy. Make sense? Content is hands down the most powerful tool you can use, and it can also be one of the most confusing things at the same time. So have you ever been to a webinar, or maybe you watched a video on something and you wanted to buy it? At least it made you want to buy it. This actually happened to me recently, and it resulted in me buying a $66,000 car. Can you guess what it was? Well, what's interesting is they use the same process I'm talking about right now. As I was buying my Tesla towards the end of the purchase, they offered me something else to help amplify the result. Do you want fries with that? So I had a few reasons for wanting this vehicle in the first place. Number one, it was a luxury car, you can drive by itself. Honestly, I just really like the summon feature, and it's electric. Right after I made the purchase, they sent me to buy accessories. So think of accessories as kind of like the second lead magnet. And this accessory was specifically a mobile charger. This would end up helping me charge on the go or if I wanted to plug in at home. So obviously one of the reasons I got the car was I wanted to obviously drive it, but also be able to charge it mobilely. What was offered to me really just helped me amplify the result. As Wayne Gretzky says, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. In this sense, it makes sense to take the shot even more because you already hit your goal. This is like a bonus to score again. In this example, say I'm teaching you how to make the ultimate lead magnet. I'm gonna show you how to use it with Facebook ads to really put some gas in the fire. When you make your lead magnet, you can offer anything that continue to help them to achieve the end result. So what I want you to do now is figure out, what can I offer that will help them get better result with the current lead magnet or offer? Next, we really need to create resistance. Once we have what we figured out we want to use, we need to get them to take a step towards commitment. We want them to be committed and show intention. We do this by creating resistance. And how do we increase the quality of our leads without sacrificing the quantity? This is done by offering the right thing for them based on where they are. So after getting a Tesla, you have to download the app to access all the resources. And inside of the app, you have various different things you can buy directly from the Tesla, which is really, really cool. So in this example, let's use my Tesla as a lead magnet. Let's say the Tesla is a lead magnet. Say I submit my info and I'm interested in getting this car. Then immediately after opting in, they say, would you like to build your own car to see what it looks like with all your accessories and all that stuff? So I hit the button, I say yes. Well, something huge just happened there. And this is exactly what I'm trying to tell you. This is my second indication and action I took to self-qualify to Tesla. They send me somewhere to sign up and I have to make an account or download the app. Now I'm in their world. And in reality, this could be an email list, it could be a community, it could be whatever you want. So lead magnet 1 was a Tesla, I'm interested in the car. So in this example, lead magnet 2 is creating the account inside Tesla's app. It's a gateway that helps you amplify the result, meaning it's a gated, you have to do something in order to get in there. So instead of just sending them to an app without signing up, we make them sign up. So I first started this about 2 years ago, and my initial stats were 40% of leads would immediately join or take the next action. And for me, it was a Facebook group. So I created access to the second lead magnet inside of that group. So when using your second lead magnet, deliver it in a place that requires them to take action, meaning gate the access. And you can even make them respond to you as well. So the other thing that you can do for email is after they opt into the first lead magnet, could be a PDF, anything really, you say, hey, please respond with word Y, whatever, and I'll send XYZ. You basically offer it then in an email. The other thing that you can do, obviously, is use a Facebook group. I use a school community. So what I want you to do now is figure out what can you use to get your leads to respond. I like to ask a question that brings them to identify to some type of pain or pleasure. So now that we've gone over what to make or what to use, now let's talk about how we create the thing. We want this process to do the work for us. This is a resource we can use over and over, kind of like this video to essentially sell without selling, doing the demonstration for us. And we want it to get the attention of our audience and we want them to respond. So the first time I did this process, I added it right after the initial lead magnet. And it doesn't matter which way you do this as long as you do it. This is like a Lego piece, you connect to the first piece, right? The purpose of this is to connect this piece to get closer to building the end result. And for us, that's typically the sale or booking a call. So when I was doing this, I really had simple in mind. I was sick of all the technical aspects and all these crazy funnels. My intuition told me people don't need all that nonsense. The goal was simple. Get people to respond, put those people who are more serious on my radar so I can spend more time with them versus tire kickers. So in this situation, let's say you have a lead in front of you and you want to continue to qualify them. What's the best way to do this? Ask them a question that will further qualify them. For example, do you want to output this? It shouldn't be something difficult or even super smart. We're trying to get people to tell us if they are a good fit. So there is another good way to do this as well. Is it possible we can ask a question or even offer something that by their action signifies they want help. There is, and what it is making a resource of some sort that helps them either achieve the end result quicker or helps them solve another problem they're gonna face that is relevant to the current problem or the lead magnet that it currently solves. So this is why I recommend using a walkthrough of lead magnet 1 for lead magnet 2. And really the things that work for that are PDFs, checklists, and stuff like that. Another lead magnet example, if you're gonna choose a different problem to solve that is not the first lead magnet, it can also be the next problem they're going to need to solve. So sticking with this will ensure they are aware of the problem and you don't have to worry about adding another problem they aren't aware of yet. One thing to think about though is be aware that the con to choosing a different problem can lead to them not being aware of that problem yet. Say for this example, we're talking about lead magnets, and my second lead magnet is the second problem they're gonna run into, or one of many they're gonna run into. What does that look like? The first time I did this, I offered the second lead magnet right after the first, so they see lead magnet 1, and then lead magnet 2, the offer appears. What would happen is they would click on a link and it would take them to a community in which I promised the content was in. So it's really as simple as that. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want the full course on how to do this for free, step by step, check out the link in the description and join the community where the course is. See you there.